Hello, friends. It's Norman. It is time for a market update because Friday was crazy, crazy off the hook. Really big drop there at the end, and just going to go over what's the happenings were this week and some of the things that are happening next week and a prediction of what's going to happen. Um, S&P 500 for the week down 2.5% in the past 5 days. And if you look at the chart here, big drop here at the end of the trading day on Friday. NASDAQ down 2.5%, so equally as bad. Russell 2000 getting hurt even worse, down 4.4%. And Bitcoin around the time of end of day trading day, it was down 4.5%. Just looking at the chart just a minute ago, it had dropped down to 12 and now it's back at 13. So maybe a little precursor to what might, happen over the weekend or early next week. Hopefully it's going to bounce back. But what happened this week? Market updates. We had quite a bit of earnings. Okay. The winners were Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Alphabet, Exxon, and Chevron did well, as well as Robinhood and Qualcomm. All of these were, you know, big green days, and I thought that it would kind of carry the market through the end of the week, but that momentum faded out fairly quickly. The losers were Coinbase. Tesla was a few weeks back, but did not post very good numbers. But the big news is market tariff action. Okay. So Trump is kind of coming out with all sorts of different numbers and back and forth, flip flop. So it's really hard to keep up, but essentially 10% baseline tariff for countries with a U.S. trade surplus. The big announcements this week 35% for Canada, 15 for EU, and Japan, 39% for Switzerland, kind of random that 39 number. Mexico and China with ongoing negotiations with a temporary um, pause to the negotiations. Tariff on commodities. Copper took a huge dip on Thursday, I believe. So this uncertainty, of course, is driving the prices down with trade disruptions. People are worried about inflation as a result. So we'll see what happens with the tariffs. Other market updates: the Federal Reserve left the interest rates unchanged, citing the need for more data. And data is going to be a theme in this video when we get to the job numbers. They gave no clear sign for cuts. Powell seemed to be a little bit more hawkish, so um, that kind of frightened the market as well. Took away some of our earnings gains. So, citing tariffs as one of those reasons. Not sure how the tariffs will play out. Now, these job reports for July, they were lower than expected, 73,000 versus the expected 100,000. But the downward revisions from May and June were pretty striking. Okay, May's was 144,000, but revised down, um, to 19,000. June's 133 to 14,000. So it's like you're at a party and your boy texts you and says, "Yo, how many chicks are at the party? How many chicks are at the bar?" And he's like, "Dude, 14. Come through." And you get there and there's 2. And then your homie's like, "Dude, what are you saying, dude? You said there was 14 chicks here." And you're like, "No, I revised the data. It's now 2." So, anyways, Trump got pissed and fired his Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner. So there's that. I guess you can't trust government data. Who would have thought? So the market ahead, these ongoing tariffs, it's going to be some more conversation, I'm sure. Possibly some taco. Maybe Trump will back down and chicken out on some of these and bring some stability back to the market. We have a big OPEC meeting, so this could affect energy prices. the price of oil might fluctuate one way or the other depending on, how much they decide to, drill, how many gallons per day. And then we got some more important earnings coming up: Plantier, Caterpillar, and Disney coming up. So the prediction, I'm really hoping that next week is a bounce back from the little mini dip we had. I threw some cash at it. Always have cash on the sideline, so you have opportunities to throw at these little dips dropping in the market. Um, I think that we'll see some more stability coming back. VIX will go down. The VIX was up 33% in the past 5 days, so hoping that will drop back down and there will be some more clarity. So I'm hoping for a green signals for next week, and possibly maybe the Federal Reserve will, you know, look at those job numbers and decide that we need a rate cut. So possibly an emergency rate cut. It might not come from Powell, but maybe some of the other governors, and force his hand. Uh, they're all talking about data and numbers and jobs, so I mean, these job numbers were pretty poor. I didn't even know it was possible to revise them down so harshly. So, again, I do not have a crystal ball, but that would be my prediction. Anyways, have a wonderful weekend. This was Norman here with you, and I will talk to you soon.